I may ask Mike Bergman, our executive director, to call the roll.
Sure. Rita Picar,
Here.
Philip Raymond,
Here.
Jay Baymel,
Here.
Michael Rackman,
Here.
Phyllis Minor,
Here.
Susan Dove,
Here.
and Stanley Spitzer will be joining us shortly. I don't think he is here just yet.
That's fine.
And then I'm Mike
He'll be
Bergman, and we have Norma Taylor, Director of Property Management for Bay Management with us as well.
Thank you, Mike, and welcome to all and all the people listening in. If I could have everyone rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence, please.
Pledge
Michael?
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I need a motion to accept the minutes as published in the reporter, please. And this is over my screen.
I make a motion to accept the minutes as
Susan
published.
Dove makes the motion and Phyllis Minor seconds it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposition? Thank you very much. We will get to the correspondence at the end of the meeting during open mic, and I'll start it off then. And I would like to again wish everyone good morning and welcome to the April 2020 meeting of CenClub. Things were beginning to look better for us in the COVID world. However, we're not out there yet, and therefore we're going to continue to keep our precautions in place. I would like to briefly address the first sentence of a letter to the editor, which appeared in this month's reporter. The author of the letter, Cliff Pupus, writes that CenClub told unit owners that they would significantly reduce monthly fees if allowed to purchase the recreation properties. Contrary to what Mr. Pupus writes, CenClub board members spoke to all organizations who invited them. That included area meetings, building meetings, and various clubs. At these meetings, the entire process of the acquisition was explained, and residents were told that the best part of the deal was that our yearly payment of $5 million, which we had been paying to the owner, would now remain in the village for our use. A capital needs study was completed, and it showed the CenClub board important issues which needed to be dealt with. To protect your investment, CenClub needed to begin to update our facilities with no assessments being made to residents. Projects such as replacing the 45-year-old windows at the clubhouse, adding shade areas to our facilities with the addition of canopies, or building additional facilities to enhance participation opportunities for our residents, all while we maintain a first-class facility. Did you know that this year alone, we'll be paying nearly $750,000 for insurance of our property? Every time we are sued because someone trips, it costs every resident money. Every time a request for new equipment or new program is implemented, it costs all of us money. So you can't have it both ways. You can't expect lower fees and more improvements. It just doesn't work that way. One more item. The board has been hard at work on upcoming programs. We want to be ready to bring back shows in a safe environment as soon as we can. In May, we hopefully will be returning movies to the theater in a social distance environment. So I thank you for your attention, and the report from our outstanding treasurer, Jay Baymel, is next. Jay?
Yes, thank you, Rita. Good morning. Good morning, board. Good morning, all those out there. I'm going to give you the report for the month ended March 31, 2021. In our operating account, we began the month of March with $739,974. During the month of March, we received $969,063. We dispersed $439,380. And we also dispersed a net transfer to our reserve account of $336,228. So that at the end of March 2021, the balance in our operating checking account was $933,429. On the subject of the net transfer to the reserve of $336,228, of that, $73,000 again went to our reserve as the March 2021 insurance deductible. And there was a net addition to the reserve for upcoming major projects of $263,228. Getting back to the aggregate cash balance as of the end of March, we have $933,429 in the operating account. We have an additional $77,443 in our lockbox account. We have petty cash accounts aggregating $7,672. So we have total operating cash of $1,018,544. In addition, our reserve cash at the end of March is $1,982,664 for a total cash position as of March 31, 2021 of $3,001,208. The funding of the $73,000 for the insurance deductible will continue at the same rate each month for the remainder of our current fiscal year ending September 30th, 2021, so that we reach our targeted budget of $875,000 for this reserve item. As demonstrated above, and we talked about this last time, the reserve will be adjusted monthly as we pay for the scheduled upcoming major projects and replace them with new budgeted projects pursuant to our capital needs plan. Our current cash position will be depleted in due course as we fulfill our 2021 capital program. Current ongoing capital projects to be paid within the near term, all board and budget approved, amount to almost $1.1 million. As Rita indicated, this total includes clubhouse window replacement, a new badminton court, and the balance for bocce and petanque canopies. In addition, future board and budget approved 2021 capital projects to be started very soon include replacements and upgrades amounting to another $408,000. As you can see, CenClub is aggressively pursuing its ongoing commitment to maintain, modernize, and improve our valuable recreation facilities. Another item for CenClub members to consider is that we have obtained our renewal pricing for our 2021-2022 property and liability insurance package. Keeping the same coverages which the board deems essential and adjusted for inflation, we will be faced with a premium increase for the new year. But let me point out, at the same time, while fully expecting this adverse change, your CenClub board maintained your 2021 monthly coupon fee at the same level as the previous year. With respect to some pertinent financial highlights during the month of March, accounts receivable, one of my favorite topics, was reduced to $283,741, down from $313,631, a reduction of almost $30,000 wholly in the over 90 days past due category from February. This decline, combined with the February decrease of $20,000 from January in the over 90-day past due balances, means that in just 2 months, CenClub has achieved a significant decrease of more than $50,000 in the over 90 days past due category. We have identified most of these collections as coming from delinquent owners selling their units or proceeds from tax deed sales. From a high balance of $406,000 last March 31, 2020, to this March 31, 2021 of $283,000, CenClub management has achieved a year-over-year reduction in accounts receivable of $123,000, a decline of more than 30%. Special kudos to our collection attorneys, our property manager, Norma Taylor, and Ronnie, Joe, and Sandy in our staff office. They are working hard to protect the financial interests of the community as a whole and to hold those delinquent owners accountable. Total assets at the end of March 2021 were $8,441,083, up from $7,978,145. Liabilities were $1,599,838, up from $1,263,891. CenClub members' equity, the difference between assets and liabilities, not an indication of value, of fair market value, is $6,841,245, up from $6,714,254. And that completes my report. Are there any questions from the board? Thank you. I'm done.
Thank you very much, Jay. Another wonderful report. I was just answering someone on the chat there. I think between Jay and myself, we've answered some of the outstanding questions that we've received, and we'll get to more a little further in the meeting. And now, Mike Bergman, if you'll give us the executive director's report.
Absolutely. Morning,
Thank you.
everybody. We're going to start with a coronavirus operations update for the recreation facilities. At this time, none of the rules have changed since our last meeting. I want to remind everybody that the pools, the clubhouse, and all the recreation facilities that are indoors are reserved for residents only. Guests are still not permitted. This is for the safety of our residents. We speak about this every meeting. We want to make sure that the residents have first priority on all the facilities. Having guests there takes up unnecessary space away from the residents. Also, in the clubhouse, masks are still required, and they will be required for the foreseeable future. The only time a mask is not required is when you are physically active on one of the fitness machines in our fitness center, like the treadmill or the ellipticals. Please keep your mask on when you're coming into the clubhouse. And when I say mask, I mean a proper mask. Let's not have your hand over your face like this, or you're
Plastic bag.
not allowed to pull your t-shirt up over your nose, or grab one of our umbrella bags and wrap it around your face. Those are no-nos. Please use an actual mask that covers your nose and your mouth. That is not part of your other attire. Movies are still being shown in the party room. as Rita said earlier, we are looking to move them to the theater, and we will announce that to the residents of the village as soon as we have more information regarding that. Aside from that, the rules still have not changed regarding the pools. We suggest you wear your masks if you can't social distance, especially the outdoor areas. We're not requiring masks, but we do suggest them. I know a lot of people have been vaccinated, but there still are some people who have not been vaccinated. Please do your part. Wear your mask. We do suggest it at all of our facilities. Moving on to clubhouse and recreation updates and improvements. Got somebody to let in here. Okay. Work is nearing completion on our new petanque and bocce canopies. The courts are open for play. They have been open for a couple weeks now. We're currently awaiting 2 of the canopies that were back ordered to be delivered. They were in production several weeks ago, so we should be getting them soon, and the project will be completed after that. Once the final canopies are in place and constructed, electrical will be installed, meaning lights underneath the canopies for play at nighttime, and final inspection will take place. We've been getting great feedback from the residents, and we look forward to them being able to enjoy these facilities and adding all this beautiful flair to that side of the property. It looks great. I could see it from my office. We've been getting nothing but good feedback. The colors are very vibrant, and we're happy to be able to bring that to you. Work has started at our new badminton courts. Today, the turf will be installed, as well as the net and court lines in the next coming days. Once that is complete, new landscape benches and a walkway will be installed. The equipment for play will be available for residents to check out from our staff office. We hope you enjoy the new amenity, and we'll keep the village update on when the facility is actually going to be open for play. Should be in the next couple of weeks. Later today, a permanently mounted cornhole set will be delivered and installed outside of our clubhouse near the gazebo area where they play horseshoes. It's great to see so many residents enjoying the cornhole sets that we purchased a few years ago. This concrete set will make playing the game easier for residents, as they won't have to lug the heavy equipment out from the staff office to that area every time they want to play. Cornhole bags for both of our current cornhole sets were replaced. The old worn out bags were replaced with new green and blue bags to match the scoreboards by the gazebo. Our largest project of the year, new impact windows for the clubhouse, has begun with facility walkthrough. The new windows will start to be installed this coming Monday. 2 40-foot containers have been dropped off, and the majority of the impact doors and windows are inside these containers on the side of our clubhouse. These new windows are energy efficient and will keep the water out and protect our building from storms for years to come. Excuse me, I have people still coming into the meeting. Old Florida Cafe now has Wi-Fi for customers. Enjoy a cup of coffee and a bagel while checking your emails and reading the news. Our building automation system has been undergoing some upgrades. We are transitioning to a new control system called Gulfstream Controls for the next few months, and we'll be replacing the outdated equipment as needed. This new system will improve our building operations, such as air conditioning, lighting, schedules, irrigation schedules, pool temperatures, and more. Everything will be updated in one easy-to-use platform with up-to-the-minute reporting and alarm notifications via text. So this is for our staff who control the operations of the building. Andy, Francisco, myself will be able to help with the temperature controls from anywhere we are via this new system. It'll make us more efficient with our operations and controls of the building and the lighting, especially at nighttime. For safety, additional security cameras are being installed at each satellite pool. They'll be replacing the current outdated equipment. This will allow clearer images and more successful monitoring. I'm sure those of you who visit the pools have noticed this upgrade happening. We've had contractors at each of the pool, little by little, getting the work done. We have completed 10 of the 13 pools, recently finishing Lyndhurst North and South, as well as Durham. In the next few weeks, we'll be completing the project with Grantham, Ashby, and Berkshire. At that time, our project will be complete, and all the pools will receive the new video coverage. As a reminder, it's extremely important to be a part of our email list. Important email updates, including information related to this pandemic, information about events, classes, activities, and our monthly happenings, are sent out to every resident on our list. As a reminder, you can now join our email list from the comfort of your home by visiting CenClub.com. You could also sign up in person at the staff office anytime. Just stop by. During the pandemic, we moved our classes to the online learning so residents can enjoy time with their instructors from home. We hope to return to in-person classes soon. In the meantime, you could sign up for classes online or stop by the staff office. Visit CenClub.com for more information. Classes for the spring session begin April 19th and registration for summer begins May 7th. Closes May 31st, so please sign up soon. Classes for summer 1 are from June 7th until July 16th. You can learn about language arts, computers, and more. Moving to our maintenance update. 180 work orders were completed for the month of March. A lighting survey was completed for the clubhouse. All lights were checked and replaced as needed. 3 ballasts were replaced in the locker rooms, as well as all lights checked indoors. All toilets in the clubhouse were serviced and checked for leaks. 2 flush valves were replaced in the party room. 6 fluorescent lights at the tennis courts were replaced with energy-efficient LED lights. An outlet was added to the GPN room, as well as addition of Ethernet wire and ports in preparation of the International Library opening up in the future. In conjunction with the canopies being installed, preventative maintenance was performed on the bocce and pétanque courts. Broken or worn out stones were replaced, as well as worn out rope. A new hose reel was installed near the bocce courts as well. 3 new outlets were installed near the library reading area. An old toilet was replaced at the Cookview building. Parking bumpers were painted at Westbury, Richmond, Ashby, Lyndhurst South, and the Markham pools. This painting project will continue in the coming weeks. Upcoming maintenance projects. The team will be adding a water spigot near the diner. This is for cleaning. Parking bumpers will be painted at the remainder of the swimming pools. In preparation of storm season, the windscreens will be taken down at the tennis and the pickleball courts. Our pool update. 46 work orders were completed for the month of March. The pool team repaired broken gates at Ashby, Upminster, Ventnor, and Lyndhurst South pools. New filtration was fabricated and installed on the Markham and Upminster pools. A jockey pump was replaced for the indoor pool when a leak was detected. All sump pits were cleaned out to ensure sanitary conditions are maintained and equipment is working properly. Additionally, sump pumps were replaced at Lyndhurst South and Upminster pools. The Oak Ridge pump was replaced due to a defect in the pump housing. The paver issues have now been addressed at all the pools and the project is complete. You'll notice all the pool decks have all the trip hazards and little inconsistencies in the pavers have been fixed over the last month or 2. All pool safety equipment was inspected and cleared for use. No problems were noted. All heat pumps were inspected and are working properly through the cooler weather. We're preparing to shut those down for the summer season as well. Upcoming pool projects. Pressure washing will continue at Grantham and Newport pool decks. Filter grids will be rebuilt and replaced at the Oak Ridge and Newport pools. Our chlorine tank will be mounted on plumbed on our new aluminum pool trailer. Moving on to the update from the fitness center. This month's pickleball sessions moved from Tilford courts, added on Tuesdays and the 2 sessions were added on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. through April 27th. Pickleball instruction will continue on Wednesday mornings through the summer. Please keep an eye out on the schedule for more information to come. We received one of the new rowers we ordered and it was installed at the end of March. The second rower is on back order and will be installed before June 1st. Fitness center capacity increased to 16 residents per session as of March 1st. As a reminder, no shows for aqua-size classes and fitness sessions are being recorded. If you cannot attend the class, please cancel your reservation to make room for another resident. Don't lose your ability to register. Resident doesn't cancel their reservation and we lose that space. We keep track of it. 3 strikes and we don't allow you to register for a period of time. Hasn't happened yet, I have to say. Group exercise. 69 classes are being taught per week. Zoom will be ongoing during the pandemic and continue after. All of our fitness rooms have received a Zoom technology upgrade. We have cameras and monitors installed in each room. It's getting great feedback from the residents who have been using these classes at home in their living rooms at the comfort of wherever they are. We're glad you're enjoying it and please continue to do so if you can't come here in person. Our top classes for the month were Cardio Sculpt with Nancy. We had 35 attendees. Low Impact Aerobics with Sean with 41 attendees. And Low Impact Aerobics with Clyde. We had 37 attendees. On-site classes attended. Chair Yoga had 44 attendees out of 48 spots available. Cardio Sculpt had 27 attendees out of 30 spots available. And Easy Stretch had 27 attendees out of 60 spots available. Indoor Spin, this is a very impressive number, had 133 attendees out of 135 available spots. Core Yoga, 29 attendees out of 30 available spots, and pickleball 113 attendees out of 120 spots. So it shows, those numbers show that our in-person classes are being very well received, and they're like 98% full all of the time. Total fitness center attendance for March 2021, we had 4,056 residents, up by 800 due to the increase in available spaces. Our weekday daily average is 141 residents, and our weekend daily average is 90 residents. Some CenClub announcements. Backed by popular demand and continuing by popular demand, virtual bingo will continue every Tuesday in April. Our first week of virtual bingo this month went great. The event will be held today at 7 p.m. on Zoom. Bingo cards can be downloaded from our website at cenclub.com/bingo, and winners receive a $5 gift card to the Old Florida Cafe, our on-property restaurant. If you need the link for bingo, it's also available at cenclub.com/bingo, so you can sign into the Zoom link there. CenClub is hosting another virtual paint and sip with our artist April Dubois on April 22nd at 3 p.m. Art kits are available for purchase online and can be shipped directly to your home, or you can purchase them in person in the staff office. Visit cenclub.com/art for more details and to purchase this art kit. BJ's Wholesale will be here on April 14th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on the 3rd floor of the clubhouse to offer residents discounted memberships. Elizabeth Valentino, our representative, has been doing a great job serving our residents. This will be the last visit until November. We'll make announcements at that time, welcoming Elizabeth back to the clubhouse. If you need to get your membership done before summertime, please make sure you get it done that day. One Blood is hosting a blood drive on April 26th at their blood bus in our parking lot from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. For more information and to register for an appointment, visit cenclub.com/happenings. You can also register in person on the 3rd floor of the clubhouse from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Thursdays through April 22nd. A cook-along with Chef Alice is going to be on Thursday, May 20th, cooking a Mexican-style barbecue. The event is online. Log in and the event information can be found at cenclub.com/cookalong. We are excited to welcome back the Center for Hearing and Communication, along with Hear USA, to the clubhouse to help resident order and use amplified telephones. This service will be available every month. We just had them on April 1st, and we are welcoming them back on June 3rd. Visit the staff office for the complete schedule. I would like to remind everyone once again that they may sign up for the email list at cenclub.com to keep up to date on the happenings, schedule changes, and events like similar to the ones I just announced. Some upcoming events. April Sunday evening dances in the bus parking lot have a new time, and they are going to be weather permitting. Unfortunately, we had to cancel this past Sunday's events due to the weather. It's a good thing we did because it came in pretty hard that night. Sunday, April 11th, the socially distanced dance will be from 6 to 8 p.m. in the parking lot. Sunday, April 18th, the Sunday dance will also be from 6 to 8 p.m. And Sunday, April 25th, from 6 to 8 p.m. in the parking lot will be our last dance in the parking lot for the summer. On Wednesday, April 21st, we have our final show in the gazebo that we have planned. It's called the Jazz Survivors Quartet. It's from 4 to 5:30 p.m. It's going to be a 90-minute show, and we do have a rain date of April 28th, just in case. And that completes my report.
Thanks, Mike. I think most residents can see that we're trying really hard to keep everyone occupied and find something that interests everyone. No, not everyone likes the same thing, so we try to vary it. We had a great show last Wednesday, and we had hundreds of people outside. Most were really into the show. Most were well behaved. There were a few that don't understand that there are rules when you're running a place that has thousands and thousands of residents. So please adhere to the rules that are set there for you. One thing that we missed, both you and I, Mike, was we received, and I was notified by another resident of a complaint on Facebook about the condition of our chairs. The chairs turn that ugly color brown because we've been told suntan, the interaction of the suntan lotion that we all wear, and how it reacts with the chemicals that are in the plastic strapping. we try to grab those chairs off the decks when we see them and have them restrapped, and sometimes we miss them. We apologize for that, but I did some checking, and this particular resident claims that she sent someone an email about it. I didn't get anything. Mike didn't get anything. Andy didn't get anything. Mike tried to call this resident numerous times, left numerous messages to find out where things went wrong, where she sent the complaint. She won't answer the phone, or doesn't answer the phone. So we apologize. We took care of those chairs. We will continue replacing chairs. It was just an oversight. That brown, while it's kind of icky to look at, it's not harmful to you. So again, sorry about that. Okay, thanks again, Mike.
You're
Great
welcome.
report, keeping busy.
Very busy.
We have some new business, I believe,
Yes, we do.
and maybe you could explain it to the board.
Sure. In continuing the removal of the ficus bushes around the clubhouse due to the white fly disease, we're going to move to replace the ones that are around the clubhouse behind the new petanque canopies and on the parking lot side of the clubhouse pool. This will beautify the area. It'll provide more shade around the pool with the addition of some palm trees, and we'll just replace that ugly ficus hedge that little by little has been dying. It's a very old hedge, and when you have an old hedge, you have a very loose leaf kind of texture to it, and they don't always look nice. So the proposal is about $14,000 to complete the project. It's going to be done through Maximum Services, our landscape contractor. They do beautiful work all over our recreation facilities, and it includes the installation of 96 7-gallon Calusa plants, 5 14-foot double Alexander trees, 4 15-foot foxtail palms. It includes all the river rock, the border, the rolls of fabric to keep the weeds out, the mulch, and also the removal and installation of all the plants.
Okay, do we have a motion on the floor to accept the proposal for $14,000 for a maximum to beautify the area where the ficus hedges are right now? Jay?
Absolutely.
I make that motion to spend the $14,000 for the removal of the ficus plant.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Phil?
Yes.
Okay, Phyllis has seconds it. Do we have any discussion from our members? Any questions that you might have? As most of us know, the ficus have been a problem for years and years, and gradually, not only CenClub, but the buildings have been trying to replace. We have at times, and again recently, intrusion by the roots of the ficus into our water pipes, because what happens is they come in and they seek water and always cause a problem. So we're trying our best to get rid of them.
We're actually dealing with that. Off topic, we're dealing with that at Ventnor right now. The waste line from the pump room has some root growth through it, so they're in the process of replacing that.
Someone in the chat just asked about bronzing, and I'll answer that question in just a second. Let's get this motion off the table. Any other discussion on it? Okay, can I have a vote? All in favor of the landscape project over by the pool, indicate with your hand. Okay, it passes unanimously. Thank you very much. And as far as the bronzing goes, the only people that we've been told to speak with, and this was told to us by Maximum, our landscaper, is the palm tree doctor. And the palm tree doctor comes and looks at your palm trees, and then there's no curing it once it happens, but what they try to do is they inject the palm tree, and it's $50 is what I was told, and it needs to be per tree, and it needs to be done twice a year. So becomes a matter of, is it cheaper to inject or is it cheaper to buy a new tree? And it depends on your palm tree, and that's an individual decision for the buildings to make. First, you have to see if you have the problem, and second, then you have to decide, is it worth injecting or do you want to replace them? We have chosen to inject a couple of our trees that were costly, and others were just praying we don't get it. Because once you get it, it takes about a week and the tree's gone. It's unfortunate, but it's true. So I hope that answers. It's the palm tree doctor seems to be the guru in our area. Any other new business, Mike?
That is all at the moment.
Okay, any old business, anyone? And I cannot see Michael Rackman or Stanley Spitzer. They're not on my screen.
Oh, hang on, let me mute. I'm unmuting Rackman. Rackman, you have to unmute yourself, please.
Does he have a question?
I see his hand was up.
My hand was up to indicate that I'm here, Rita.
Oh, that he was here, okay.
Okay, we'll mute you again. I'm just kidding.
Thank you, Mike.
Hang on, I got a couple questions. Do you have a schedule for fixing the clubhouse pickleball court fence? We have notified the people who fix pickleball fences, and as soon as they get us on their schedule, we will have them over there.
I believe
those of you that-
I
those
mentioned
of you
yesterday.
that don't know, the wind over the weekend knocked down the fence at one of the pickleball courts, so we've got that one closed, and we'll try our best to get it up and going because we know people enjoy that.
The
And-
contractors will be out here today to assess the damages, and
Okay,
none of the concrete was destroyed, thankfully, this time. I think like 3 or 4 years ago, this happened once before, where the concrete actually cracked. These posts just need to be straightened and the chain link rehung, thankfully.
thanks, Mike. And someone asked if the installation of the windows in the clubhouse is going to interfere with the use of the clubhouse, and the answer is no. Mike has it all planned out so that there should be no interference. You might have to walk down a different hallway, but
Yeah, we worked
be
with the
fine.
contractor. We did a walkthrough last week, just to speak on that real quick, with the contractor who's going to install the windows next week. They're going to start with the inconspicuous areas, and work in sections. So they're going to start on the east side of the building and do the stairwells, the indoor pool areas that are already kind of closed off right now. And when they're working in the hallways, they have zip walls, which they put up, and they're only going to be doing two or three windows at a time in the hallways. So those windows will be kind of walled off from the inside while they're working behind those walls. So it won't interfere with the clubhouse.
so it'll be similar to when we did the flooring in the clubhouse.
Yeah,
We never really had to close the clubhouse down.
right.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
As it gets hotter out, more people like to come into the clubhouse, so we'll keep it available. Anything else from anybody on the board that you would like to bring up? Mike, again, I cannot see two of our members. Okay, so you have to let me know.
Well,
Hesh and Mike Rackman.
I'm here trying to wave at you.
And
Oh,
I'm
Do you have
here
something you
also,
want to
waiting.
bring up?
Say again?
Do you have anything you'd like to bring up?
No,
To the board.
not at the moment.
Thank you. Sorry for the mix-up, Hesh. In that case, I will call for adjournment and we'll move on to open mic. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Hesh. And Phyllis is gonna second that motion. And I assume we're all in favor of adjournment. We will move first on the open mic part to the comments that were submitted to me by last Friday. And the first one comes from Arthur Dove of Markham P. And Arthur said, would it be possible to get back the 11 a.m. swim session at the clubhouse pool for the summer? Art, we checked the numbers, and for this rest of this month, we're going to keep the 11 a.m. swim club aerobic session because there's enough people to justify it. We will check the numbers again at the end of the month. And if they drop, I've been told that a lot of people are going to go home this week. If they haven't already, then we will cancel that and add open swim. So right now it's still as a scheduled swim session for aerobics. The second question comes from Mike Haig of Markham C. His question is actually a request that we have been making for months in regards to the satellite pool. He wants family and friends to join. I'm sorry, but the numbers are going up. Florida is the worst state in the whole United States. That's not anything that we should be proud of. Our first responsibility is to the residents. We're a senior village. It's our responsibility is not to your friends and your relatives. Friends and relatives are not welcome inside our clubhouse or at our pools right now. I apologize, but take them to the beach or a hotel. I'm very sorry, but we still have cases of the virus in our village and around. So let's be kind of careful and not cavalier about it. Someone just asked on the chat, is the reporter online? It is, because I know it is, because I checked something last night. However, we are not in charge of the reporter. We have nothing to do with the reporter other than we appear in it quite often. So, Dan Gauthier from Durham B. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name. Dan's question is, I have a growing question about the increased population of a bird named limpkin. The bird is screaming all night long everywhere in the village. So many people are talking about the disagreement of this bird. Can you think about a solution so that we can sleep in peace with open windows? Well, you know, we live in nature, and we're not in charge of birds. We're not in charge of sleep patterns. So I would suggest shutting your windows. During mating season, the limpkins get quite loud, and it's always been that way here in Century Village and other places in nature. Nothing we can do about it. Excuse me. The Bocce president, Dominic Piso, thanks us for the canopies. Wants to know when the project will be completed. And the answer to that question is just as soon as they made a mistake, the company, sent us some wrong size canopies. As soon as we get the correct ones in, they'll be installed, project completed. Correct, Mike?
That's correct. When I think we realized it in January when we started opening the pallets, once we got the permit, they were ordered then. They said they take 8 to 12 weeks to get here, and we are nearing that time. So once we get them, the footers are already in the ground, the bolts are already there. It's a matter of just putting them on. So it's a one day build, soup to nuts from once they arrive. So it'll be very quick once the actual pallet gets here with the proper canopies on it. And
I'm sorry.
I just want to address the green color. The Bocce canopies are green and silver, and the Petanque canopies are blue and silver. People were wondering why that one canopy at Bocce was like the odd man out. One of the two canopies that we're still waiting for will also be that green color, so it'll look nice and match over there.
Thank you. Dominic also wanted to know about lighting for Bocce.
Sure, it's going to be really nice. Each canopy is going to have LED lighting installed up inside of it, and it'll illuminate the whole area underneath, which will improve the lighting conditions that are out there now.
Yeah, that should make everybody happy.
I hope so.
Elaine Mills of Berkshire A. I would like to know if CenClub is preparing any timeline for allowing residents to have guests in the CenClub operated buildings. We just discussed that. And again, CenClub can't come up with a timeline because even CenClub, as brilliant as they are, does not know in what direction our COVID problems are going. I and many others really thought we were on our way out of this problem. And I think too many people acted too hastily. And like I said, Florida's #1 in numbers, followed by Michigan. So we're just gonna wait and see. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I don't want to reduce the population of Century Village. Thank you very much. And Maureen Hildebrand from Newport M. Maureen, I can't find the second page. Oh, here it is. We need more pickleball courts. The number of players continues to increase. Only the hottest hour of the day is not currently full. Next season, when the pickleball league will resume, keeping all courts busy from 8 till 5 p.m. I would like to see the courts busy from 8 to 5 because come 12, 1 o'clock, people disappear off of them. And I understand in the summer, it's terribly hot here in the summer. But this time of year, pretty much we could be using them a little bit more. They also would like lights. Like I said in my opening statement, remember that every time we add something, we all would like lights for at night. We all would like more pickleball courts. We all would like something. It costs money. And I'm not complaining. I'm just trying to explain how things work. We are speaking right now, actually, about adding perhaps more pickleball courts, but that's a discussion that we're going to have, as a matter of fact, this week on our board. We don't assign the times for clubs. They do that internally, so try. Gabriel will continue his lessons during the summer, unless there's a larger need. Right now, it's 1 day a week. Obviously, you understand that we pay Gabriel. That's not a problem. We were pleased to find him and pleased to utilize him. When we saw the need to increase his work schedule, even this year, we did so. It's just that in the summer, it's kind of quiet around here, but he will be given lessons. And I think we will have a discussion, Mike and I and Cindy and Gabriel, about her question is, can we do a better job at dividing up beginners and intermediate and advanced lessons? So we'll look at that. Cindy in our fitness center does a great job for us, and we're very pleased to have her with us. That's all the written communication I have, and I've been trying to hear. I see there's lots of questions here. One was about the reporter. Oh, we are working on a show schedule for next season. Like I said, we're going to try to start movies perhaps in May in the theater for your comfort and enjoyment. You have to understand that the movie makers haven't come out with a lot of new movies during the last year for COVID. Netflix is going strong. Prime Video is going strong, but actually theaters were closed, so they didn't put movies in theaters. They don't put movies in theaters. They don't send us the list with the movies titles, new movie titles. So we realize that a lot of them have been ones we've never even heard of, or are repeats. But that's not. We don't make movies. We just pay to get them. So we're doing the best we can, folks. As far as shows, yes, our employee that's in charge of getting us shows, we've been working hard with her, setting up a schedule for next year. We are going ahead with the belief that, yes, we will have shows. Will we have shows? We don't know for sure, but we're going to be ready if indeed we can. It's a philosophical problem as far as how we're gonna work the theater. Will we sell 100% of the tickets? That's to be decided. That's just gonna depend on where we are as a community and as a country. You know, some countries are completely closed down. You folks that I know are on Zoom from Canada, you're still locked down. You know, here in the United States, we've been lucky, I guess you could call it lucky, that we're out and about. Some people are abusing that and causing COVID to spread. Whoever thought, you know, just whoever thought. We're doing the best we can. And I hope that you realize that. We got a group of people on the CenClub board that work very hard trying to keep you busy. Please take advantage of it. Anyone else? Is there anything else on there, Mike, that we need to get to? I think we answered everything.
People have their hands up. I don't know if Art,
Oh,
Art Ostrov.
Yeah,
okay.
thank you, Mike. I'd like to address myself to the issue of the coupon. First of all, I'd like to express my appreciation for everything that the CenClub has done in recent years to enhance the facilities, make improvements, add new facilities, and that's all very important. With regard to the need for increasing reserves, I understand that as well. I know that you have some big expenses this year in terms of redoing the windows, and you'll be redoing the roof. But Jay pointed out that we now have almost $2 million in our reserves. We're apparently putting $300,000 per month into the reserves, which presumably will, go ahead, Jay.
No, why don't you finish your question, Art?
Okay, my point is that CenClub has obviously had the advantage of a $5 million reduction in what it has to pay. And I appreciate the need for the building up the reserves for future issues and future projects, and even perhaps to help with regard to developing Central Park along with master management. Nevertheless, the associations do not have the same benefit of a sudden reduction in their basic expense. And they are faced with inflation every year, increasing insurance costs, increasing needs. So to a certain extent, I think it would be very nice if CenClub could make reductions in their coupon for the coming year in order to help offset increases that associations will have to make in their own association assessments.
I'll address that first, Jay, if you don't
Okay.
mind.
That's fine.
I don't really think a reduction in our coupon is possible. We need to maintain these facilities. These are big. We have a big property. We have a lot of facilities. Insurance costs keep going up. Cost to do anything keeps going up, as you just said, as we all know. And we have a responsibility to you to maintain the facilities because it's your financial investment. We have invested in Century Village, each and every one of us. And if that investment deteriorates, which you know as well as I do can happen quickly, we all lose. We don't just represent the 16 people or the 80 people in our building. We represent every single resident. And while I'm trying my best and will continue to try my best not to raise our coupon for a long time to come, I have to be real honest with you and tell you that I don't foresee lowering the coupon. Jay, do you have anything you wanted to add to that?
No, I was just going to say that we we were serious about keeping the coupon the same, despite an ambitious program for 2021. so that we also make choices. I want to stress very carefully that your CenClub fee is the lowest of the three organizations, Master CenClub, and clearly your building, so that for whatever that fee is, $100, whatever, to enjoy what you get is clearly the lowest cost that you're going to find in any community in this geographical area. So that, you know, I don't see, we experience the same insurance premium increases as the buildings have done, because I know from my building what we've gone through. But that doesn't mean, just to repeat what Rita said, we made it very clear in the last 2 years, 2.5 years, going around explaining the deal, 3 years almost, that we felt we were keeping $5 million in the village for the benefit of the 8,508 owners. And toward that end, we've managed receivables extremely well. I think I covered that point earlier. Art, I think you brought up a point at a meeting a while ago about receivable management, and we haven't had to write off any significant number. We've collected that money, which accounts for that $123,000 reduction from the high of a year ago, the 406,000 to the 283,000. So we take this all very seriously. We did engage professionals to render a capital needs study. The facilities are more than 45 years old, and we took that extremely seriously, and we relied upon it to keep the coupon the same. So I understand what you're saying. At first glance, it appears we have a cachet of $5 million. That's not true. And I try to explain that before, that the reserve of, which is presently at about 1.9 million, is going to be depleted very rapidly in the next couple of months, because the window project is a huge number, and the other projects that haven't even been started, we're looking at about $1.5 million of expenditures, all board and budget approved, that are going to be paid for in the next couple of months. So that what looks like a huge number is going to disappear as we continue to maintain, upgrade, and modernize 45-year-old property. But thank you for your question.
All right.
Rita,
Thank you for the explanation.
Rita, I think we could add a point here, and that is that the previous owners of the property knew that at the end of 2019, we were going to exercise the option to buy it. If you're going to lose the property and you know you're going to lose it, you're not going to put aside money for capital improvements. So when we took over the property, we had to make up for years that went by when the reserves were not increased because they knew they were going to have to give up the property. So you have to bear that in mind.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to add
One further question. Did the previous owners have to pay the $750,000 insurance premium? Did that come out of their fee?
Jay, I think you're the
no, we paid it.
Okay, so this is not anything
This is
new.
separate and apart. No,
Oh, wait. Insurance, as we all know, because most of us do have at least condo insurance, keeps going up. That's the way it is in the whole country. My house insurance, my condo insurance, they just keep going up. And so it just keeps increasing. One of the things we, CenClub has been doing, and I like to thank Norma Taylor for helping us with this, is you do a buyback. So sometimes our deductibles are not sometimes, all the time. Our deductibles are very, very high. So there's a program where you can buy down your deductible. We are trying to put money aside so we can do self-insure some of that. And that in the long run will save money for the village. So that's part of it. And Norma, could you help us out there?
Well, one thing I'd like to say is in answer to the question, yes, whether it was the Recreation Committee or the CenClub board, the insurance was paid from the funds that were allotted to the Recreation Committee in the past to pay the insurance premiums. What happens though, when you have, when the Recreation Committee was making those payments, it greatly reduced the amount of money available to do the programs or the deferred maintenance on the buildings, the pools, that sort of thing. So yes, they paid the insurance premium, but they did not have the money for
Other thing.
other things, improvements to the property or the addition of pickleball courts or tennis courts or whatever. So that's the biggest problem. And to answer Rita, the deductible on the insurance for the clubhouse and swimming pools is $1,750,000, $1,750,000. So that's a huge number, and the reason why the set aside or the reserve for that insurance deductible is being done.
Thank you, Norma. Jay?
I just want to addend what I think Mike Rackman said and just reiterate to Art that, and to all those folks out there, that the capital needs study, which we discussed at length in our October 2020 budget meeting, recommended that we begin CenClub Recreation Management with a balance in a reserve of $5 million in an opening balance. We had 900,000. So right away, we were 4.1 million to the short of what the experts, the independent objective experts, were recommending. So again, what may appear to be very plentiful is going to be expended to keep these facilities upgraded and modernized very quickly.
Well, I certainly appreciate those explanations, and I think it's very important for everybody to understand that.
Yes.
That last point is an excellent one. I mean, every association builds up its reserves so that it can plan for issues that will arise in the future. So it's appropriate that CenClub do the same thing. I mean, there's just a perception that we had $5 million that we were not having to spend, and it didn't seem as though we needed every bit of that to handle our normal expenses, improvements, and build some reserves. That's my only thought.
Okay.
Thanks, Art. We
The
appreciate
only other
it.
hand up I see is Maureen Hildebrand. I'm gonna ask her to unmute.
Maureen, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hi. Go ahead.
All right. When we have shows again, like if we have shows in the fall, if we have limited numbers, you know how everything is reduced because of social distancing. If we have reduced seating capability, in that case, I'm hoping that residents only or residents first would get the tickets and not like, you know how it was 6 guests could be allowed. If the theater can only seat half or so, I would hope that residents would get priority.
Well, we're gonna, that's on our topics to discuss this week. But my thoughts on that, Marie, are that no guests will be allowed if we can't sell the whole theater. You know, of course, it's for our residents first.
Yes,
So we have to work out a way to, yeah, say, okay, you've got until this time to buy the tickets, and let's see what happens. If we got residents, I mean, I know a lot of residents who, they're not gonna go into the theater if they have to sit next to some stranger that they don't know if they've been vaccinated or not. You know, everybody said, oh, we all got vaccinated. We all didn't get vaccinated, folks. We're not a village of 4,000 people. God bless Master Management that provided for those shots. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But we got people here that are still thinking about it, have got, if they had COVID, they had to wait 90 days before they could get the shot. There's lots of things out there. So we just have to take 1 week at a time with this thing.
right. And the other thing, Rita, is maybe the shows could also be on Zoom, and you could sell, you know, lower price tickets on Zoom, because the entertainers are still going to need the same amount of money.
You bet that's right.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. Is there anybody else? Last chance, go on.
See no icons. Oh, Michael Haig has his physical hand raised. So
Okay.
physical hand. We do the little blue, the little yellow icon there, Michael, just in the.
Yeah, I got it. Can you hear me, Mike?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. I wanted to go back to, you actually answered my first question, Ms. Picard, about the pools. But when I submit the questions the second time, it kind of gets edited out between what I said and what actually gets repeated. My request, and a lot of our requests about the pools, were that 95% of this village, or 100% of this village, was allowed to be vaccinated. Why are we not allowing visitors to come? If everyone that lives here has been allowed to get vaccinated, I'm not following why we can't have our grandchildren. And also, I've asked for 5 or 6 months. If you feel that strongly that it's still a danger, why can't we designate 2 or 3 pools for visitor friendly?
Well, I'm going to tell you why. First of all, not everybody was able to get the vaccination. 4,000, we received 4,000 doses. And the first 4,000 people to sign up, we have the capability of having over 16,000 residents. Did we this year? No, of course not. But 4,000 isn't even close to what we have here. And then again, there's those people that choose not to get it for whatever personal reason they have, whether it's because they had COVID or they believe bad things are going to happen to them if they get the vaccine. I can't answer for other people.
Okay, but not to interrupt you, because that was part of my question. If 95% of the village got vaccinated,
they didn't.
Okay, just
Where are you getting that number?
Can you hear me out for 1 minute? Can you hear me out for 1 minute? Okay, all right, let's change that. 95 or 100% were allowed to get vaccinated. Some chose, like you just said, for their own personal reasons, not to get vaccinated for whatever reasons they have. But should the rest of the population be held accountable for the very, very small accountability of people who don't want to get vaccinated? And again, I'm going to go back to what we've asking you for 5 months. Why not set aside? We have 16 satellite pools, 2 pools that we can bring our grandchildren to, or our children if they visit for a week.
Not my responsibility to take care of your
I
grandchildren.
didn't ask you that it was your responsibility. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm asking you, why not see the other point of view here? And
I see it.
I'll be very, can you let me speak? And I think that's a pretty arrogant answer to say that you're not responsibility for the rest of our family. We bought here with the expectations of sharing things with our family. And to
Is
say
that why
we
you
should take
moved
them
your
to a
grandchildren
hotel,
into the village, Mike?
I'm sorry?
It's my belief that you moved your children into the village.
My children don't live in the village.
Your grandchildren do live in the village, or they were living, unless you moved them back out.
My grandchildren lived here for 2 weeks. While
That's
they
2
got-
weeks
while they-
longer.
While they
Pardon me?
closed, can you let me finish speaking?
Sure, Mike.
While they closed on their house in Pompano. And again, that's none of CenClub's business. That's an invasion of privacy. You have a school bus that comes in here daily when there was school to pick up children that have been living here for years. 5 days after I brought my grandson walking, I got a phone call to ask if my grandson lived here. And that's not even part of what I'm talking about. I'm talking about not just me, I'm talking about anybody with children or grandchildren that want to come on a spring break or a summer break to come and share where we live. And again, we asked 1 or 2 pools just to accommodate the people that want to do this. And I tell you what, I'm being very honest with you. I take offense at what you're saying about that I moved. First of all, don't track me or my family. It's none of your business. Who stays in my house for a week or 2? That's absolutely none of your business.
Are you done? Are you done?
Yeah.
Did you say yes or no?
My question was still not answered about if you don't feel safe opening all the pools, why not open for some of your population, 1 or 2 pools so that we can bring our families?
We are fortunate to live in Deerfield Beach, Florida. There's a beach that you can take your kids to. Deerfield Beach also has a large pool. Why don't you see if you can take them there? You're not
Because I don't
taking
live
them.
there.
The majority of the residents that live here are over 55 and do not want anyone's family. Maybe they want their own, but they don't want anybody else's family or friends or neighbors from other areas in our pools. That's our decision.
Well, all the people at the pools that we talk to would like to have their families come. I
Well,
don't know
good.
who you're speaking to, but
So
all the
I
people
would
that take
suggest
advantage
that-
of the pools,
May I finish now?
sure,
May I? Thank you.
sure.
So I would suggest that you and your other friends at the pool run for office and manage properties how you see fit. We've been elected to run the recreational facilities to the best of our ability and to provide for the safety and quality of life of our residents. And that's what we will continue to do. Thank you.
And I'd like to go back to that comment that you made in front of all of these people about me moving my family in here. First of all, I did not do that. And second of all, that's
Yes,
none of
you
your
did,
business.
Mike.
No, I
Mike.
did not.
Yes,
No,
you
I did not. And again, that's none of your business as the head
It's
of the
my business if you're
recreation.
yelling at me about letting them into the pool. Thank you
You just
very
don't
much
want
for
to
your
do anything
comments.
that's going to cost CenClub any more money.
Berman, would you mute him now? Thank you very much. Is there anybody else that would like an opportunity to speak? You know, these are open meetings and we relish having our open meetings, but they're not going to become carnivals. I'm a volunteer as the other members of my board, and we do the best we can. And that's what the voting process is all about. If you don't like it, then run for your building or CenClub or master management or cook fee. Partake, then you'll have, but if you elect other people, that's what living in a condominium community is about. We need to share and look out for the majority of the people. Some of us don't like living in that situation, then we need to look at other places. Okay, anybody else? Mike Berman, do you see hands?
That's all. That's all I see. I think we
Okay.
cleared it out, but
Thank you very much. And do we know what the next meeting is, Mike? It's
It will be
May
May 11th.
May 11th.
We
Right
will
around
send the
Mother's
meeting,
Day.
we'll send the link out on the 4th, and we'll also follow up with a reminder the day before.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Everybody have a good month, and we'll see you in May. Keep those comments coming.